Explosions shattered the silence over Iran in the middle of the night. The world watched in disbelief as the sky above Iranian cities lit up with fire and chaos, a moment that will be remembered for years to come. Sirens wailed, smoke billowed, and leaders were left scrambling in a flash. Panic swept through the streets as people tried to make sense of the sudden devastation. Israel's just pulled off its boldest move in decades, and right now, Iran is reeling. The shockwaves from this attack are being felt not just in Tehran, but across the entire region. Is this the start of the biggest Middle East war in my lifetime? Let's break down exactly what just happened, and what comes next. The stakes have never been higher, and the world is holding its breath. They're calling it Operation Rising Lion, and honestly, it's unlike anything I've seen before. This wasn't just another tit-for-tat strike, it was a meticulously planned, multi-pronged assault designed to send a message to Iran and the world. Israel didn't just send a few missiles over the border, this was a full-spectrum assault. Airstrikes hammering Iran's nuclear facilities, covert cyber attacks crippling key infrastructure, and even Mossad agents operating right inside Iran. The level of coordination and intelligence required for this operation is staggering. It's been described as unprecedented, and after seeing the aftermath, I get why. Buildings reduced to rubble, military sites obliterated, and a sense of vulnerability that Iran hasn't felt in decades. The numbers? Iranian state TV says over 78 people dead, including children. Hospitals are overwhelmed, families are grieving, and the true human cost is only beginning to emerge. The images are shocking, but the real target was the Iranian military machine. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, just took its hardest hit since the 1980s. Their command centers, weapons depots, and elite units were all in the crosshairs. Top generals gone, nuclear scientists wiped out. The loss of these key figures is a blow that will haunt Iran's military and scientific community for years. Entire air defense systems taken offline in minutes. Iran's ability to defend itself from future attacks has been severely compromised, leaving the nation exposed and anxious. For Iran's leaders, this is a nightmare scenario. Their authority is being questioned, and their grip on power is suddenly much less certain. But why did Israel do it? What pushed them to take such a drastic step, risking all-out war in the process? It's all about the bomb. The fear of a nuclear-armed Iran has haunted Israeli leaders for years, and this was their answer. For years, Israel's warned that Iran is racing toward a nuclear weapon. Every intelligence report, every satellite image, every diplomatic cable pointed to the same conclusion. Time was running out. In their eyes, letting Iran get the bomb would be an existential threat. The very survival of Israel, they believe, hangs in the balance. Remember, Iran's leadership has repeatedly said they want to wipe Israel off the map. The rhetoric has only grown more intense, fueling Israel's sense of urgency. And this week, the UN's nuclear watchdog, the IAEA, confirmed Iran is violating its promises, ramping up uranium enrichment, and getting dangerously close to nuclear breakout. The international community is alarmed but divided on how to respond. Diplomacy was supposed to be the answer. Years of negotiations, back-channel talks, and fragile agreements now hang by a thread. The US and Iran were set for another round of nuclear talks in Oman, but after this attack, yeah, that's probably not happening. The window for peaceful resolution is closing fast. President Trump's already backed Israel, calling the strike very successful. He even claimed he warned Iran, and now he says the leaders he dealt with are all dead. The political fallout is just beginning, and the world's superpowers are choosing sides. The US says it wasn't directly involved, but you can feel the tension across the region. Military bases are on high alert, and everyone is bracing for what comes next. US embassies are scrambling, and American personnel are being pulled out as a precaution. The fear of escalation is real, and no one wants to be caught in the crossfire. Now, here's where things get really dangerous. Military analysts are warning that the next move could determine the fate of the entire region. Iran isn't just going to sit back and take this. The Revolutionary Guard is mobilizing, and the world is watching for their response. Retaliation is almost guaranteed. The question is not if, but when and how hard Iran will hit back. If Iran lashes out, this could spiral Saudi Arabia, Jordan, the Gulf states, maybe even beyond. The entire Middle East is on edge, and alliances are being tested like never before. We're standing on the edge of something massive, and nobody really knows where it'll lead. Ordinary people across the region are glued to their screens, fearing what tomorrow might bring. Some in Israel hope this will finally weaken Iran's regime, maybe even spark a change in leadership. But history shows that external attacks often rally people around their leaders, not against them. But honestly, that's a long shot. Iran's government has a grip of steel, and if anything, attacks like this can make them double down. The regime is already cracking down on dissent, determined to show strength in the face of crisis. Trump says Iran has a second chance for peace, but Israel's made it clear, they're done waiting, and they're done trusting. The era of patience is over, and the world is entering uncharted territory. So where does this leave us? The world is watching, uncertain and anxious, as events unfold at a dizzying pace. Iran's nuclear ambitions are under fire, literally. But the danger now? The Middle East could be on the brink of a much larger war. The consequences of this night could echo for generations. This isn't over, not even close. The world is holding its breath, waiting for the next move in a conflict that could reshape the entire region. What do you think? Will Iran hit back? Is this the end of their nuclear program or just the beginning of something way bigger? The questions are endless and the answers are anything but clear. Let me know in the comments. Hit subscribe for updates as this story develops, and stay safe out there. The world is changing before our eyes. Don't miss what happens next.